Wala po kayo. Di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your
Now,
Honor.
how would you know these things kung wala ka sa sistema?
Nung pong umpisa po na inaayos po ni Sir sa CIDG, yung mga ganyan po, since friends ko rin naman sila, and parang nalaman ni Sir Leonardo din na kaya siya ang na-mention dahil po nagtanong sa akin si Presidente, nagkukwento po siya. And pag nandun po ako sa opisina, nakikita ko yung movement.
So lahat ng impormasyon mo tungkol dito sa war on drugs na nakalagay dito yung sa iyong affidavit at saka dito sa diagram na binigay mo, galing po lahat ito kay Colonel Leonardo in your meetings with him?
Yes, Your Honor, and yes po. And yung experience din nila sa ground as
kasi experience nila sa ground. So in other words, sa lahat ng bagay, hindi po kayo kasama, pero karamihan sa detalye ng operation ng war on drugs, alam po ninyo. And yet, you say, hindi ka kasama sa sistema.
Alam ko po, Mr. Chair, kasi po, kami po din sa ground, nakakahalubilo ko yung R2 namin, yung mga operatiba, yan po pinagkukwentuhan. And there was a briefing na pagkausap ko siya, si Sir Leonardo, nakukwento niya yung level, sana ba yung level 1 na yan? Hindi, dahil pag level 1, ano lang yan, ordinary, nag-explain siya. I cannot recall na lang po yung specific amounts po sa lahat.
Okay.
Nag-explain po siya sa akin.
On that day, you said that you were called by the President. Dalawa lang kayo nag-usap.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tapos, hindi mo inaamin dito sa amin sa previous hearing na hindi ka malakas kay Presidente Duterte.
I don't... Hindi ko alam kung malakas. Yeah, I think so, Mr. Chair, na...
Ngayon, inaamin mo na malakas ka sa kanya. Because I can see from the scheme of things, tatatlo lang naman yung opisyal na malakas noon doon sa level na mataas, malakas kay Presidente. Ikaw, si Colonel Leonardo, at saka Senator Bato de la Rosa. All the other officers, PNP officers, assigned in Davao, nasa ilalim pa nga ninyo Tama? Kasi, Madam Garma, all the signs are there na malakas ka kay former President Digong. Kasi sa isang ceremony sa Malacanang where generals of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, Bureau of Fire Protection, and the Philippine National Police, naka-white duck silang lahat At ikaw lang ang colonel, lieutenant colonel na mapromote sa full colonel in blue attire.
Yes,
and
po.
the President gave you special attention, and yet you are very brave and blatant to say na hindi ka malakas kay former President Duterte. I would have cited you in contempt then because you were lying. Pero now that you are cooperating, aaminin mo ba ngayon?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have...
Mabuti, inaamin mo. Ngayon, insofar as the question of the Honorable Fernandez is concerned, whether you have romantic ties with the President, I leave that to the imagination of the Honorable Fernandez. Hindi na ako magtatanong doon. Kasi kung magtatanong ako, baka umamin ka Kaya ayaw ko na rin. Sa totoo lang. Baka umamin ka. At anyway, yung binanggit mo na pangalan, Romel Bactat, Rodel Serbo, Michael Palma, they were all members of CIDG?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Chair.
And how did you come to know them?
I was assigned with CIDG 2005 to 2008.
And how did you know their specific assignments vis-a-vis Colonel Leonardo?
As sinasabi po nila
Sino nagsasabi?
Sila po, sir. Kung nag-ipon-ipon, sir. Okay. And sa observe naman sa movement, paki-encode mo to, ganon. Makikita mo, okay. So, pag pulis po, chismosa po tayo. So, nagtatanong po tayo, Mr. Chair.
Kaya ako nagtataka,
nalaman ko po.
Madam Garma, alam mo ang sistema, yung general structure at saka flow ng communications at saka flow ng monetary considerations, pero hindi ka kasama sa sistema. Hindi ako makapaniwala doon, Madam Garma. Now, itong si Bactat, Serbo, and Palma were already dismissed, I think, this year, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sa dami ng kaso nila.
Yes.
They were dismissed administratively because of the administrative cases filed against them. Would that be correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, dito sa diagram, kilala mo ba lahat yung mga tao na nandito? Dito sa ginawa mo?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Except for alias Muking?
Sir, I was really trying to recall her first name talaga. Honestly,
Pero kung first name, in other words, you knew her last name.
Espino or Spina, I wasn't sure. Pina-research ko rin po yung kagabi, hindi ako nabigyan ng sagot po. That's why it's a public knowledge naman when you say Muking.
How did you come to know that the money came from her office going to a certain Mr. Pedro Parungo?
Sinabi po ni Pedro, sir, yung pong sinabi ko na kumakamot siya ng ulo, sabi ko, oy, bakit? Sagot niya sa akin, problema ako, ma'am, kasi marami ng pera pumapasok sa account ko, nasisita na ako. Saan galing? Galing kay instruction po pinapadala ni Muking. Yun po ang sinabi niya sa akin po.
We have questioned the former Commissioner Leonardo in the previous hearings that we have had. He has always denied itong pwesto niya dito sa diagram na ginawa po ninyo. He has always denied that whenever we have asked him that question. And now, here you are stating na siya pala ang paymaster. Now, who is telling the truth between you and Colonel Leonardo?
I am telling the truth, Your Honor.
You are saying the truth na siya talaga ang paymaster.
Yes po.
Pero hindi mo alam na ang codename niya ay Eagle no tinanong ka ni Juan, ni Honorable Rods Gutierrez.
Hindi po ako, kasi codename ang ginagamit nung talagang directly involved po. Hindi po kasi ako kaya hindi ko alam na Eagle po.
Well, alam mo yung mga sistema eh. Ako nga, wala ako sa sistema. Alam ko yung codename na yun eh. Di ba?
Yes po. Honestly speaking, I didn't know po na Eagle siya. Ang codename po niya.
Alam mo, Madam Garma, sabi ni, I learned this from our chairman, si Chairman Ace Barbers. Nabasa na yung paa mo, maligo ka na. Yun ang sabi ni Chairman Barbers. Ang ibig niyang sabihin, may alam na kami, nagsabi ka na ng konti, ibuhos mo na. Maligo ka na ng todo, sabihin mo na ang buong katotohanan. Kasi, as far as this representation is concerned, hindi mo pa sinasabi lahat.
Yun po sa Eagle talaga po. I cannot recall. Hindi ko po alam na siya yung Eagle. Kasi po, code ang ginagamit ng mga nasa ground, but ako I don't use Eagle. I don't know kung sinong Eagle nga po eh.
Now,
sir,
you have also stated in your affidavit na yung mga ibang opisyal, hindi naman lahat, na nakaka-deliver, yun ang terminology mo, ay nabibigyan ng reward ni Colonel Leonardo. Do you still cling to that statement of yours?
Ang sinasabi ko po, Mr. Chair, hindi po directly binibigay. Sometimes may na-assign na doon idadaan tapos siya magdi-distribute. May ganong setup po na nangyayari.
Ibig mo sabihin
din po,
may ina-assign si Colonel Leonardo na tao para magbigay? Yung bang ibig mo sabihin?
Hindi ko po alam kung siya nag-assign or may nag-volunteer, I don't know. But what I am aware po is merong doon ibibigay tapos yung officer na yun ang magbibigay dun sa chief of police or whoever is yung may trabaho. Meron pong sistema din po na rekta sa kanya. Tapos irerekta din na ibigay. So it depends po kung ano yung naging arrangement sa kanya. Yun po yung
kung yung provincial director ang nag-accomplish or nag-deliver, paano ang paraan para siya ay nabibigyan ng reward?
Pwedeng diretso yung PD sa kanya or may inassign po yung PD to communicate dun po sa tao niya. Pwede pong ganun. Depende po sa arrangement na gagawin po nila.
Pwede rin hindi dadaan sa regional director? Yung PD?
Pwede rin po yun, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, tinatanong kita.
May ganun
hindi yung
po
pwede ang gusto kong sagot eh. Kasi yung ngayon sinabi ko, nabasa na nga yung buong paa mo, ayaw mo pang maligo eh.
May ganun pong pangyayari po. Pwede po, depende po sa naging arrangement po ng officer sa ground sa kanya. Kasi ang arrangement is siya po nagde-decide eh.
Would it be correct, Madam Garma, na si Colonel Leonardo was in charge basically sa mga na-assign na mga magdi-deliver sa CIDG? At si Senator Bato de la Rosa would be in charge doon sa Special Operations Group ng mga regional and provincial offices? Would I be correct?
Hindi po eh. Ang alam ko po, kay Sir Leonardo lahat po diretso.
Kanino?
Kay Sir Leonardo po lahat diretso.
Diretso?
Yes, sir.
Yung mga nagkli-claim?
Even SOGs po. Ang
kay
pagkakaalam
Colonel
ko
Leonardo lahat tumidiretso?
Opo. Or meron po na dedicate na officer na dun ipadaan yung pera tapos siya magdi-distribute.
And you stand by that on your honor?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, Colonel Patay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ikaw ba ay nakakobra?
Wala po, Mr. Chair. Sa MOA lang po ako at saka sa PADS, Mr. Chair. Kasi marami pong personnel sa Season 6 sumabot ng mula 300 hanggang 600. So, 1,390 po yung ano namin. Wala po akong ano doon, Mr. Chair.
No?
Wala po akong natatanggap doon, Mr. Chair.
Doon sa mga napatay dito sa Quezon City?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
So, what you're trying to tell us is Madam Garma is the one lying?
Hindi ko po alam yung ganun, Mr. Chair. Yung mga schemes na ganun.
Galing mo.
Kasi po, Mr. Chair, di ba po ako nasa ng Davao City, Mr. Chair?
Hindi porket hindi ka na-assign sa Davao City, hindi mo alam yung scheme na yan. It's not logical. Di ba? Bakit ako? Hindi ako na-assign sa Davao, pero alam ko na ngayon. No, following your logic, Colonel Patay.
Mr. Chair, ngayon ko lang rin narinig yung mga ganyan na nag-confirm si Colonel Garma.
Isang conclusion lang yung nangyari. Di ba, Colonel Pitalyo? Nabukulan.
Sir.
Di ba? Doon sa linggo ninyo,
Yes, sir.
nabukulan.
Parehas kami siya ni Colonel Patay.
Na nabukulan ka rin.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Colonel Grijaldo? Nabukulan ka rin?
Hindi ko rin alam yung scheme na yun.
Kasi kumakalat na sa inyong chat group eh. Huwag niyong aminin na na may reward. You know why? Bakit ganon? Kasi yung pagtatrabaho ninyo, it's no longer service for the country and people. It is service for profit. Yun ang nangyayari. And that would be the impression that we have insofar as this committee is concerned. You were not doing your job just because you love your job or you love this country. You were doing that job because of the reward. Di ba? Kaya kumakalat sa inyong chat ngayon na huwag aminin. Pero mas naniniwala na ako ngayon kasi sa inyo kay Madam Garma. Kasi at stake na yung buhay niya eh. Kayo, nandiyan pa kayo. Naka-uniforme, may baril sa tagiliran. But in the case of Madam Garma, tama yung sabi niya kanina. Takot na siya. Marami pong salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. Meron lang ako gustong i-confirm muna kay Colonel Marcos. Hindi ko ma-imagine kasi yung sitwasyon kanina when he was asked about the warrant na na-issue ng isang judge sa Samar. No? May ano yung is that a search warrant or a warrant of arrest?
Search warrant po.
Yun ang in-issue ni Judge.
Opo.
Search warrant.
Search warrant po.
And earlier, sinabi mo kasi, inutusan mo si SPO4 Laraga ba yun? Laraga?
Police Major Laraga po. He was Police Major din, sir.
I heard you said kanina na you ordered Major Laraga to arrest si Mayor Espinosa. Why would you make such an order? Hindi lang siya arestado, nakadetain na siya eh. So bakit ano yung what was the logic behind that order?
The main purpose of the search warrant, sir, is because of the...
No. Yung arrest order that you ordered Major Laraga to implement. Sinabi mo kasi kanina, sabi mo, I ordered Major Laraga to arrest Mayor Espinosa. Di ba nakadetain na siya?
Yes, sir. But if we will have a positive result on based on the implementation of the search warrant on illegal drugs and possession of firearms, we will also arrest him to file another case. Because it would be a separate case doon, sir, na nakakulong po siya. Kasi ibang kaso po yun, sir.
So every time na merong I am sure when you served the search warrant, nag-coordinate kayo sa BJMP ng Albuera. Ng Albuera ba? Anong jail yun?
By sub-provincial jail, sir.
But you've coordinated with them, correct?
Hindi po. Ang coordination po namin doon lang po sa Baybay City Police Station, sir. City Police Station. Yung
Hindi ba protocol or SOP na magko-coordinate kayo with the provincial jail warden at saka syempre yung mga jail guards?
Yung po sana, sir, ang normal procedure. Kaya lang po, based po doon sa validity po, sir, ng search warrant at doon sa intelligence information that some of the jail guards are already involved on the, kumbaga, nasusuhulan na po doon sa drug trade, sir. So, we would think if we will coordinate, baka, sir, ma-clean up, sir, yung lugar, wala kaming abutan doon.
So, by not coordinating with them, kasi ang feeling nyo, sila ay may connection dun sa
Drug trade, sir.
drug trade sa loob. Kaya doon kayo sa police nag-coordinate.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
when you
Mr. Chair.
entered the jail, the provincial jail, kanina narinig ko sinabi mo that 19 personnel kayo.
Yes po, sir. Not all CIDG. Meron pong maritime group po kaming kasama.
Lahat ba yung 19 na pumasok sa jail nakasuhan?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So you were all respondents to a case? Lahat kayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At you're telling us na yung 19 na yon na-dismiss yung kaso?
In RTC court, sir.
So lahat kayo na-dismiss?
Na-acquit po, sir.
I'm sorry, na-acquit. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Kasi it's still a puzzle to me kung bakit nagkaroon ng order na magkaroon pa, kailangan pa pala ng search warrant sa loob ng kulungan, no? Isa yon. Di ba normally ang ginagawa nyo at Oplan Galugad, di ba? Gagalugad, meron kayong info dun sa loob. Hindi naman kailangan na ng search warrant.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We do that also in our jail facilities sa CIDG, the Oplan Galugad. It is also a normal procedure on BGMP and Bucor, sir.
And if it's a normal procedure, yung galugad, ba't nangailangan pa kayo ng search warrant?
Based po sa justification ng provincial officer ko, si Major Laraga, he was holding an intelligence information pertaining to the drug trade on his deponent. So, dinala po niya yung pag-file ng search warrant doon sa judge, na-convince po niya yung judge na mag-issue ng search warrant para i-search po yung facility.
Yun nga, natanong niyan kanina kasi ni Congressman Paduano. Kaya paulit-ulit nga yung sagot mo. Sinasabi mo nga may order ka kay... Kasi ang pagkakarinig ko nga kanina, nabanggit mo that you actually instructed si Major Laraga to arrest the already arrested and the already detained Mayor Espinosa. Yun lang sa akin hanggang sa ngayon ay still a puzzle to me. Kaya ko lang natanong ulit. Yes, Congressman Paduano, you want to make a follow-up?
Mr. Chair.
O sige, si Congressman Akop.
Yun dun sa inyong puzzle. Yung puzzle po ninyo.
Yes.
Kaya nag-apply sila ng search warrant para makapasok at mapatay nila yung tao. May reward yung patay eh. Yung buhay wala eh.
Tama.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Salamat. Salamat. May I know, Colonel Marcos, meron ka bang STL?
Wala naman po, sir.
Wala ka bang, is it correct, Colonel Garma, na wala siyang STL? Basa ka na.
Mr. Chair, nung nasa PCSO pa ako, kaibigan niya po yung may-ari ng STL sa area kung saan po siya assigned. So, I think nagkaroon ng partnership when the time na-detain po yung tao na may-ari ng STL.
Yan ba ay si J.Y. Archers, Colonel?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, you are a partner of J.Y. Archer?
Hindi po. Bali, ang nangyari po dyan, yung may-ari po ng JY Archers, yung franchise owner po, problemado po siya sa pag-implement po ng franchise na nakuha niya sa PCSO. Because there are a lot of illegal gambling in South Cotabato. So, ang ginawa ko po, based po on the instruction po ng PCSO at saka ng CIDG, kasi mandated po kami ng CIDG on operating on illegal gambling, tinulungan ko po, Mr. Chair, para po ma-implement po niya yung STL franchise niya.
Sige, para hindi tayo magtagal dyan, babalikan natin ulit yan sa sunod. So, you better convince this committee, Colonel Marcos, in our next committee hearing. So, Congressman Paduano.
Chairman, just a rejoinder with regards to the issue being tackled. just this afternoon doon kay Colonel Marcos. Colonel Marcos, kasi na-establish na yun, di ba? May jurisprudence na with regards to Supreme Court ruling, na walang compelling reason to apply for search warrants dun sa jail. Na-establish na yun. And second is question of deponent, no? Established na rin yun. Now, kaya nga pinaimbitahan natin si Colonel Laragay in the next hearing at saka yung deponent nyo. Yung deponent mo na you mentioned doon sa 3 search warrant, no, na in-applyan nyo doon sa kay Egay Alvarez, kay Mayor Espinosa at saka doon sa bahay. So para malinaw tayo doon, this will be a lesson to everyone na hindi pwede yun. At saka established na yun, question of deponent, dapat may direct knowledge. Wala siya doon sa kulungan. Paano, anong intel report na sa pinagsasabi niyong deponent has dapat may direct knowledge. Now, balikan ko lang po yung 5.1 billion ni Kerwin Espinosa as alleged by Colonel Marcos kanina po. Alam mo, Colonel Marcos, pinatawag ko talaga yung sinasabi mong tao from the AMLAC na nakausap mo. He's not a lawyer. Yung isa po lawyer, but a year ago, wala na po sa AMLA. Ngayon, nandito po, yung isang tao, nakausap mo rin si Mr. Art Bacoli. Mr. Art Bacoli, kindly take the seat. Para tapusin na natin to. Colonel Marcos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, Mr. Art Bacoli, are you still with the AMLA?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
I have not taken your oath, please.
Not yet, sir.
Chairman, can we...
Comsec, please administer his oath.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this public inquiry, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please, kindly state your name and your circumstances with the ALMA.
I am Mr. Artemio Bacoli, Financial Investigator of the Anti-Money Laundering Council, sir.
Thank you. Have you met Colonel Marcos in Leyte?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
September of 2016.
Kita mo, Colonel Marcos, mas na-recall niya. Ikaw hindi mo matandaan yung kahit buwan mo lang at saka year. Now, during this afternoon's hearing, Colonel Marcos claimed that there is a 5.1 billion being freezed by AMLA with regards to the properties and cash of Kerwin Espinosa. And that data, as alleged by Colonel Marcos, came from the AMLA when you visited Leyte with Colonel Marcos. Is it correct?
No, sir.
No.
The frozen amount did not reach billion, sir.
Sorry.
The total amount frozen did not reach billion, sir.
Oh, Colonel Marcos. And it was also confirmed this afternoon when we asked the AMLA for the actual data. Maliit po yung kay Kerwin. And now, the person you have met in Leyte is telling this committee that you are not telling the truth. Yung pinakita mo sa akin dito is all about newspaper reports. Inquirer.
Mr. Chair, first, mari pong nagkamali po ako sa pagkaintindi ko. Pasensya na po sa taga-AMLA. I apologize po, sir. Kasi po nung makita ko po yung newspaper clippings, kala ko po yun na po yung whole amount. Yung kasi ang labing lumabas po na news article, GMA, Inquirer, pertaining po sa laundered money na 5.1 billion. So, Attorney, pasensya na po. I apologize.
It's okay, Colonel.
And you apologize to this committee because this is an open hearing. And Colonel Marcos, kanina nga muntik na kita mapakontempt eh. Hinintay na nga ako ni Chairman Akop eh. Dahil dun.
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize to this honorable committee for assuming, sir, the figure amount of 5.1 billion.
Okay. Personally, your apologies taken.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I do not know from Chairman Akop. Anyway, Chairman, last na lang po. Ito, with regards to Colonel Villela, pasensya na po. Kasi it's around mag-12 o'clock na po in the evening. So, pasensya po, you will be asked by the members in the next hearing siguro. No? And I just like to, yes, do you want to say something?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pasensya na po. Anyway, ganito lang po, kanina I was so emotional when I talked to, especially those PNP officers present in this hearing. Kasi po, nakita niyo na po, si Colonel Garma has executed her affidavit. Kulang pa po. Pero alam nyo, isa-supplement yun ng iba pa. Kaya ako, I suggest, eto, depende sa inyo. Alam ko, sabi nga ni Chairman Akop, kumakalat ng text sa inyo na huwag gumamin doon sa payments. Pero pag may nag-execute ng affidavit, bahala kayo, problema niyo yan. Kasi as of now, may affidavit na kaming hawak. Kaya wala lang tayong time. Next hearing, ipapatawag namin lahat. Kasi kompleto na po kami doon. Kaya nga pati service record yung pinakuha ko na, kompleto na kami. Pati yung mga deaths and killings related to drugs. But of course, we need an official record from the PDEA. Pero mayroon na po kami. Kaya nga diretso ko sinabi kanina na except for Colonel Villela, iba yung case niya. Colonel Patay, di ba you committed last hearing during the human rights that you will submit all the list of those personnel that you brought in from Davao to QC?
Your Honor, I already mentioned some of the names of...
Hindi kompleto yun, Colonel Patay.
It was, the other names that I did not mention was mentioned by some of your colleagues. I cannot remember the name, Mr. Chair.
You cannot remember?
I cannot remember the name of your colleague who mentioned the names of my personnel that I failed to mention during the first meeting.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, may I ask the COMSEC of the Committee on Human Rights to retrieve all the list, all the names that was mentioned during the hearing dun sa Committee on Human Rights in regards to PNP personnel brought by Colonel Patay in Station 6. Alam mo, Colonel Patay, may mga pulis dyan na mag-testify. Hindi pa tao. Kaya, yun yung sinasabi ko. We don't want to do this, but you have to cooperate. Now, if you don't want to cooperate, wala kami magawa. Diba? We'll be forced to follow our internal rules. Ganon din po sa mga Colonel Grialdo, Pitalio, Barandong, tsaka yung sa iba pa kasi next hearing, imbitahan na po namin yung iba pa. Pati mga underclass, nandyan. I hope. But of course, we cannot force you to issue an affidavit, but sabi ko na nga, siyempre, harapin yung consequences. Chairman, thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, before...
The second to the last is...
Hindi, ano lang to, briefly lang.
Okay. Congressman Fernandez.
Kasi sinimula mo na rin lang, naglilinis na rin tayo. It all started with the PCSO.
And during our investigation, marami nag-come out na ano ng mga information about mga generals, mga former generals, mga colonels that are involved with the operation of the STL. Alam mo, medyo nakakalungkot to that even our PNP officials, members ay nai-involve sa ating STL. Ang mabigat po, Mr. Chairman, yung STL na legal ay nagkakaroon ng paghahati sa legal at illegal. So, Madam Garma, may tatanong lamang po ako sa inyo. Since andito na po tayo, nililinis na po natin ang lahat, no? Especially our PNP organization. Ito po ba si Colonel Maristelo Manalo, collector at operator ng STL sa Isabela, Pangasinan, Batangas? Can you please confirm this?
Mr. Chair, ang alam ko lang po, yung kapatid po niya.
Yung kapatid niya, ang fraud niya.
Sa Pangasinan lang po in Isabela. As to Batangas, hindi ko po alam.
Doon sa Grand 888 STL.
Kung yun ang name, I cannot recall the name. Basta po, Mr. Chair, Pangasinan and Isabela, kapatid po niya ang isa sa
operator.
Incorporator ata.
At operator.
Operator.
Yes. O kasi yung incorporator, yung kapatid niya, tapos ang sila nag-ooperate ng mga STL doon. Correct?
Kasi po, mga 2 buwan lang po na lang ako nung nag-assume sila ng operation. So, for now, I cannot answer kung sila po. Pero kung yan, company na yan po hanggang ngayon ang may hawak po ng Isabela at saka Pangasinan. So, yun po, Mr. Chair.
Yun po sa Cebu, si Colonel Ochabe.
I'm not aware, Mr. Chair, kasi when I left PCSO, iba po ang operator po ng Cebu. Is that what Cebu, Mr. Chair? Cebu City, Cebu Province po ba ay Mr. Chair?
Yung pong dito po sa management ng Batangas, Colonel din, resign na siya. Nag-resign na sila. Ito, mga resign na to, ha? Siguro, kaya sila nag-resign dahil nga meron na silang negosyong ganito. Si Colonel Lawrence Cahipe.
Mr. Chair, I think it's not during my time po. Iba po ang may-ari na Batangas during my time po.
Pero, nag-ooperate.
I just do not know now, Mr. Chair.
Si Tony Ong ng Quezon. Kilala mo si Tony Ong?
No, Mr. Chair.
Candelaria, Quezon? Nag-ooperate din siya ng STL doon.
I have not encountered that name during my time, Mr. Chair.
Alright. Mr. Chairman, kasi marami mga list dito and these are the prominent people that I have seen. Meron pa po dito that actually we should have discussed this kanina po, but unfortunately yun na nga po, nakatanggap tayo ng affidavit kay Miss Rohina Garma. Kaya the reason why we haven't asked the PCSO and all these officers as well. But rest assured that we will go with that, no? Unless that you have cooperated with all of us. We hope the last man standing is not a woman. Nakakaya. Isa pang babae ang tumayo para manindigan at linisin ang ating kapulisan. We hope. Sana tumayo din po tayo at panindigan na po natin ang katotohanan. Colonel Villela, wala na lang po talagang oras pero they have already executed an affidavit knowing the transfer of that $100,000. So we're just reminding all of you, no, that evidence come in this Quadcom without even lifting a hand for all of us. Sana po pag-isipan po ninyo. Yun lang po, Mr. Chairman. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. And finally, The chair of the Committee on Human Rights, Congressman Abante, you are recognized. You have 2 hours.
Sa wakas, kanina pa ako naghihintay, puro interjections tong ginagawa sa akin dito. Anyway, Colonel Garma, alam ko, pagod ka na, no? All of us are, di ba? Kaya na ba tayong 10 o'clock in the morning, no? Pero siguro, ako palagi nagra-wrap up eh. You know, thing is this, kanina, when Congressman Chua asked you why you were crying, you said you had time for a week to reflect on these things. And because of that, you decided to change and make a formal statement, di ba? Then you said that you made mention of what the Lord Jesus said in the Bible, that the truth shall set you free. Di ba?
Yes.
The truth shall set you free. Of course, when the Lord Jesus Christ mentioned that, he was referring to his word, perfect word, holy word, while your word is not holy, but it is truthful as I can see. Mukhang nakalimutan natin kasi kanina sa affidavit mo, you mentioned that you were invited to serve as a resource person in the Quadcom regarding the investigation into the war on drugs of the previous administration, and you mentioned about the deaths of 3 Chinese inmates at the Davao Penal Colony. So will you now please tell us the truth about that, because your name was mentioned. Now, you said the truth shall set you free. So please tell us now the truth about those Chinese drug lords that were killed by 2 PDL, and those PDL were given 1 million pesos by a certain Art Narsoles, of which you are romantically linked. Now, please tell us the truth right now about that.
Mr. Chair, during that time po, nag-iisip sila na kung ano po yung, alam niyo sa PNP, uso yung pasalubong. Everyone, they know that, Mr. Chair, kung may darating na bagong opisyal, kailangan may impact project, like pa-impress. Isa po yan, yung 3 Chinese, Mr. Chair, na it's well, I think hindi ko narinig ang planning, but I think yan po ang naging-resulta ng pag-uusap po ni Padilla when he reported to Sir Leonardo sa CIDG, because I heard him giving names, list kay Sir Leonardo, saying na involved lahat ito sa drugs. So I think dun siguro, ito po pananaw ko lang po ha, dun siguro nag-start yung pag-conceptualize doon. And with regards to the reward, yeah, narinig ko rin po yun na may reward yung trabaho na yon. In fact, nakwento ni Sir Leonardo nga na nag-congratulate si Presidente.
Ano sabi niyo?
Nag-congratulate si Presidente.
Narinig niyo yun?
Yeah, kinuwento niya sa akin.
Nakwento ni
yes,
Colonel Padilla.
Nagkwento si Sir Leonardo sa amin. Marami nakarinig niyan, sir.
Okay.
So doon ko nalaman
inaamin mo that you knew
nga,
all about it and you were involved? Is that what you're saying?
Hindi po ako involved, but I heard na lang po na ganun yung nangyari at may pa-thank you na nangyari na nakausap si Padilla according to Sir Leonardo na ginawa daw ni Presidente, which is yun naman din nasabi ni Padilla, kaya baka ho, totoo. Wala po ako doon nung nangyari yun, but kinuwento kasi.
At least you mentioned some truths to it, no? Of course, you knowing Art Narsoles,
yes po,
who was very much involved, even in the giving of the reward. Narinig niyo yun, di ba?
Yes, sir. Kilala ko siya, sir. Actually, during that time po, wala na po kaming relationship.
Wala na.
That time po na nangyari yung sa Chinese po, wala po kami.
Do you know where he is now?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Chair.
Kasi iniimbita namin siya. Walang nangyayari. Anyway, I'm so glad that you said something about that. Now, how about the death of General Wesley Barayuga? Tell us the truth about
Yes, sir.
that.
I don't know, sir, kung you can come up with a theory on this. But as,
No, I'm not very into any theory. I do not want a
explaining-
theory. I want the truth.
Yeah, I am explaining kasi up to now, puzzle din po sa akin. After I heard the testimony of General Pinili that he talked with Yuse Kitain and Senator Bongo, dun ko pinagpitakpi yung sarili kong analysis on the dun po sa information. Because po March, when the President announced that I will assume as General Manager of PCSO, si Dongail po, na classmate ko, ay nag-text sa akin. Clarence Dongail, who is nasa Bilibid po, Mr. Chair. Nag-text siya sa akin na, "O Bok, magpi-PCSO ka na pala." Sabi niya, "Ay hindi, text po, tawag po yun. Magpi-PCSO ka na pala." Gumano.
Sino sabi sa'yo?
Clarence Dongail po. Clarence Dongail. That time po maraming tumatawag na classmate ko sa akin. I do not know kung saan nila kinukuha ang phone number ko. I think everybody knows my phone number during that time. He called me. Sabi niya, magpi-PCSO ka na. Alam mo ba na ang board secretary niyo dyan ay involved sa drugs? Sabi ko, oh? Sabi ko, oo, tinago lang ng mga class 83 yan dyan. That's his term to me. Tapos sabi ko, hindi ko alam yan. Sabi ko, oo, kasi yung mga nagkwento na siya, marami na siyang kwento. So, ang ginawa ko lang, sir, I relayed it kina sir.
And he mentioned the name of General Barayuga.
Opo, sabi niya, Barayuga, kasi napang-abot daw niya po. Nagpang-abot niya po sa, nagpang-abot po sila daw sa kung saan yung na-assign pa si General Barayuga at saan siya na-assign din noon nung junior officer pa siya before siya nakulong. So what I did on this, sir, since I don't have the resources to validate or whatever, I just nirelay ko lang po ang info for validation.
It's common knowledge, Colonel Garma, that you and General Barayuga has some altercations, di ba?
No, Mr. Chair.
That there's some things that you do not agree on.
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ano
Okay
yun?
po.
Ano yun? Ano yung
Okay
totoo?
po yung friendship namin ni Sir Barayuga. We don't argue, we didn't argue, Mr. Chair.
So you do not argue with him as far as the operations of the STL is concerned?
Wala po kasi siyang hand doon. Board secretary po siya. He just handles yung mga board resolution, take notes of the board meeting. No decision making, Mr. Chair. So,
Is it true that you were the one that provided the pictures of Barayuga to Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza?
no, Mr. Chair. I did not.
You did not provide any picture at all?
No, Mr. Chair. I did not.
Okay. You mentioned former General Pinili. Is he there? Yes. General Pinili, will you please come over and tell us about what Colonel Garma said? Sapagkat binanggit ka niya eh. So, sabi nga ang iyong participation dito kung meron.
Your Honor, I'm former chairman of PCSO, Anselmo Simeon P. Pinili, and I am very sad.
Did you take your oath yet? Have
Yes,
you?
Your
Okay,
Honor.
go ahead.
I'm very sad that the former GM said that my honorable classmates was involved in drugs. And I hope that she is not lying, because my classmate lifestyle he is, for me, is so simple. He has no car. He walks. And after retirement, he always been employed. So during my experience with him, when he prays,
You still have saying something here, General. But you're saying that you're the classmate of General Barayuga?
pardon, sir?
You were. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
I'm
will
the
you
classmate.
please, Colonel Garma, will you please repeat what you said a moment ago when you mentioned General Pinili? Will you please repeat that so he could be able to hear what you said?
Last hearing po, when
Yes.
when the chair po mentioned of meeting after the death of General Barayuga, he mentioned of meeting Senator Bongo and Yusek Kitain, and he also mentioned yung kanyang theory, like saying that during that time daw, General Barayuga is about to give evidence daw, may hawak doon na evidence in connection with corruption against me. Yun po ang pagkaintindi ko po sa kanyang sinabi last board meeting.
Well, that's what General Pinili said.
Opo. If you will allow me to explain po what really happened in PCSO, so I could expand
Go ahead,
po.
go ahead.
Kasi po, when I was, pag-assume ko po sa PCSO, Mr. Chair, that was almost a week after I sought an audience po kay PRRD. I was the one who talked to PRRD mentioning po yung mga irregularities sa PCSO. Like sa STL, there are waivers that were approved by the board. Ibig po sabihin, yung original na GMMRR po ng STL, pina-waive po ng board ang mga utang. Halimbawa STLA may utang na 20 million dahil sinasabi daw nila na lugi sila. O sige, i-waive na lang natin yan, 20 million mo, gawin na lang natin 10, i-post-dated mo na lang yan. Ito na lang yung bago mo GMMRR. From 10 million, gawin na lang natin 8. Reduction of GMMRR po yon. Meron din po mga bond po na instead na cash po ang bond, naging installment. Mga ganon. So, yun po yung naabutan ko. And there are also reduction of GMMRR na hindi pa po na-cancel yung previous contract, ay in-implement na po yung bagong amount na board resolution lang naman po ang na-issue. Meron din pong in-implement pero walang kontrata. May kontrata, hindi napirmahan. May kontrata na pirmado, hindi mo alam kung sinong pumirma. So those are the irregularities po na nangyari. And kung i-compute mo po na wala kay PCSO, I think, if I'm not mistaken, meron naman po listahan ng PCSO, that is around 5 billion ang nawawalang
5 5
pera.
billion.
Oo, more or less. I'm not sure of the figure, pero yan po yung estimate. So, I reported that to the President because bawal po yun. Na i-waiver mo, ang cash bond installment mo, i-merge mo yung isang company, 3 area, isang company, i-merge mo into one, para sa ganun yung bond is ma-reduce. Instead of 15 million ay magiging isang 15 million na lang. So, nakatipid ka ng 30 million. Mga ganun po yung sitwasyon noon. So, there was during that time, and I assume also, may nag-garnish po na 700 plus million ang TMA sa account ng PCSO na parang nawalang bula. At paano nalaman ng TMA ang bank account ng PCSO sa PNB, and I forgot the other bank, which is a mystery hanggang nung umalis ako, parang walang klarong nangyari. Hindi namin alam kung paano nangyari na wala na lang yung 700 plus million sa account ng PCSO. Up to now yan, alam niya ng PCS. I don't know kung na-account na o naibalik na ba na TMA. Nagkaroon po ng case po yan. With regard sa peryahan ng bayan, pag-assume ko po, Mr. Chair, meron pong court CA decision. CA decision instructing PCSO to an status quo and directing PCSO to send representatives sa draw court ng peryahan ng bayan and while mag-arbitrate to resolve the issue ni PCSO and the peryahan. And pag-assume ko po, meron ng board resolution adopting the Court of Appeals decision. So that is why when I assume, sir, sabi ko, itong status ni peryahan, I think we should implement because there's a court order and the board decided to adopt. Pero that time po, kinasuhan na po ng peryahan si Chairman Pinili for not following the CA order po. So, sabi ko, ayaw ng board na implement. So, sabi ko, let us cancel then the board resolution. Para sa ganun naman, wala akong i-implement. Kasi implementer lang naman ang GM po. Ayaw po nila ipakancel. Sabi ko, kung ayaw niya i-cancel, then I will implement because there's a board resolution adopting the CA decision. So, mga ganun po yung sitwasyon during that time. Nalaman po ni Presidente, kaya pinakancel niya lahat ng game. At sabi niya sa akin, ayusin niyo muna lahat yan, magbayad muna lahat ng STL before niyo ipa-resume.
Is that related to the killing of Barayuga?
Mr. Chair, the President directed NBI to investigate the board. In fact, there was a board meeting that Yusek Kitain instructed the board to resign. But nobody resigned. Sabi nila, wala naman daw kasalanan. So naiwan sila sa board po. And during that time, NBI investigated po yung allegation of corruption. So humingi po ng mga documents ang NBI, which I complied. And there are also documents that Sir Barayuga should also comply at isubmit niya sa NBI. So yun po yung sitwasyon noon, sir, na sinasabing may corruption, may mga documents, isasubmit talaga si Sir Barayuga sa NBI, which is, yun yung allegation po ng mga irregularities na nangyari po in the past, not during my time. And last quarter of 2020, Eric Destor met me po, nag-usap kami sa Shangri-La.
Sino po?
Eric Destor, he was the OIC NBI during that time. Nangumusta siya, sabi ko, it's okay. Inaayos naman namin lahat. Sabi ko, kumusta po yung investigation nyo, kako? Ang sabi niya, tapos na daw yung investigation na ginawa nila sa PCSO. Tinanong ko, ano bang resulta? Sabi niya sa akin, lahat ng board ay tatamaan. And there are some AGMs po na involved kasi may mga napirmahan. Tapos sabi ko, asan yung papel? Sinabmit ko na sa Malacanang. Binigyan ko si Senator Bongo at saka ang PMS para makarating kay Presidente. So sabi ko, okay, pwede ba humingi ng result? Sabi niya, hindi pwede, confidential. Kasi may recommendation. If the palace will approve it, they will file the case. Hanggang na lang po umalis ako, wala pong nangyari. Hanggang sa nahirapan na lang ako sa PCSO, Mr. Chair, at sobrang hirap ko dahil po may mga pressure like yung Smart Info, yung joint venture na Chinalat, na ako lang po nagdesisyon at kuminsan pati po si Director Sandra Cam ay nagkakaintindihan kami kasi nga hindi po tama.
When you talk with the NBI director, was Barayuga still alive?
Hindi na po. Namatay na po.
Namatay na siya?
Opo, wala na siya. Kasi parang back to almost normal na yun eh. Nung nag-start na kaming slowly babalik na yung operation namin. Ganun po yung sitwasyon noon. And marami pa po, if I can tell you, and documents will also show talaga sa PCSO that there are plenty of irregularities which I really fought for it.
Do you have documents to show? Do you still have documents to show?
I have some documents, but definitely mayroon document na legal
now,
at ang board po ng PCSO. Will you submit
to us the documents that you're keeping?
Pag makalabas po ako, sir, kay hindi ko
okay, you promise that, no? Nakalabas ka, you will submit documents to me.
Yung po, mga natago ko lang po. Yes
okay. So, General Pinili, now, tell us now what you would like to say. Because ikaw ang pinalitan ni Colonel Garma, hindi ba?
No, sir. I'm the chairman of PCSO.
Chairman, okay. Chairman, sige.
I just decide during board meeting. For the information of the Quadcom, it was pandemic our board meeting was always online. I'm in Davao City since March. My classmate was ambushed and killed July 30, about 3:30 in the afternoon. So wala ako doon, sir. So itong issue niya about maraming problema ng PCSO, siguro hindi dito yon pag-usapan. And maybe the AGMs here present can attest na talagang na-manage namin ang PCSO before the arrival of now former GM. So yung sinasabi niya na about KMA, the AGMs here will bear me out na ako yung nag-insist na hindi talaga mag-provide ang TMA ng papers ng PCSO. So, ang issue kasi dito, Mr. Chair, is yung pagpatay ng classmate ko. Pero namang whistleblower na si Police Colonel Mendoza. So, dapat yun ang pag-usapan. Kasi pag sabihin niya yung pagdating niya, maraming nakita siyang mga problema, hindi yun ang issue. Kung yun ang aming ating pagdebatehan dito, dapat
Mr. Chair.
Investigation sana.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Akop, with the indulgence of Congressman Abante.
No, a point of order lang, Mr. Chair.
Oh, yes, what is the point of order?
Kasi hindi ko matanggap na yung underclass ko. Tuturuan ako kung anong gagawin natin dito eh. You know, you become a congressman first before you can tell us what to do. When we want to discuss something here, wala kang pakialam doon kasi kami nagkukuha ng agenda rito eh. Pero to tell you frankly, ako yung upper class mo, nainis ako doon sa sinabi mo, nasasabihan mo ako kung anong gagawin ko. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. Please continue,
sorry,
Congressman
Your Honor.
Abante.
Mr. Chair, I believe to General Pinili, no, tama yung sinabi po ng upper class ninyo. Ako rin po gusto kong sabihin na whatever we discuss here and investigate in this committee is related. Related po yan sa pagpatay. Hindi pwedeng hindi yan related. Alright? Now, that's the issue we should discuss. But the issue here is also corruption. So I'm asking now, before I would ask Colonel Garma, I would like to give way to Congressman Paduano for something that is related to what we're discussing about.
Chairman, if you, Colonel Garma, you mentioned about the information given to you by Clarence Tungael, your classmate. You mentioned about the information given to you by your classmate Clarence Tungael.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
When was that? Before or after
March
the death?
or April.
Before.
April of March after the announcement of the President na ako po ay mag-PCSO, tumawag po siya sa akin. That's 2019 po. Maybe April or I cannot recall. It's
So before the death?
Oh, 2018 po, yes.
Before the death?
2018.
Tinawagan ka na?
2019 ni Clarence po.
So before the death, tinawagan ka na?
Nino po.
Ni Clarence?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Giving you information about it?
Yes, Mr.
That
Chair.
Wesley Bayaroga is involved
Sabi niya,
in the
sir,
drugs?
yun ang sabi niya sa akin.
Bakit? Isa siyang PDL the time, di ba? Si Tungael, persons deprived of liberty. Di ba nakakulong na siya noon?
Opo.
Why should you believe a PDL to give you information about it?
Kaya nga po ang sabi ko, i-validate. Kasi ako, ganun lang ako.
Hindi, pero ang lumabas kasi based on the accounts made by DG Lasso, doon sa record po, ipinasok yung pangalan ni General Wesley after his death.
Ay, no po. Ang 2019 pa po yun.
Hindi nga eh. Ang sinasabi ko nga,
I do not know.
yung pangalan ni Wesley never appear before his death. Doon sa death list.
Hindi ko alam kung ano yung list na po na yun eh.
Ayun na nga ang sinasabi ko, Colonel Garma, na yung pangalan niya in the official list of the death list after his death, na siningit nga eh. Pero Clarence Dugael called you
before his death po.
Before his death.
Nung na-announce po na mag-PCSO ako.
Oh, why should, ang tanong, bakit tawagan ka ni Clarence Dugael for that information? Anong purpose niya? And then you buy it.
I didn't buy it, sir, kasi hindi ko naman pinalista. Ang sinabi ko lang, uy, may report na ganito, check. Ayun lang ako, sir. That's why nga nung finormulate...
Hindi ka nagtanong sa kanya, bakit nagbigay siya ng information sa'yo?
Of course, I asked, bakit yan ang sinasabi mo?
Oh, ano daw?
Eh, based sa kanyang experience, sir, nung time daw na na-assign siya,
Region 6? When he was assigned in Region 6?
Ang kwento niya sa akin, sir, na according to him, during that time doon na-assign doon, ay protector siya ng ganito, ganyan-ganyan. Kaya, sir, hindi ko masyadong kasi, uy, may report na involved daw siya. Pinasa ko lang, i-validate nyo na lang kasi it's not my line. I don't have the asset to do it. Ganun lang po ang ginawa ko. And then, wala na po. Then when I assume, nakita ko naman po na mabait naman siya. Hindi na alam ko na umimik.
Hindi, yun na nga eh.
Po si Sir Barayuga po, sir.
Hindi, yun na nga eh. Kasi I thought all the while, yung information given to Clarence was made after the death. Pero prior to the death.
Oh,
na
sir.
matagal pa.
A year before I assume pa PCSO.
1 year.
Yes, sir. Hindi ko na po alam kung ano nangyari dun, sir.
Pero prior to that, lagi kayong tatawagan ni Clarence?
Hindi ko alam kung ba't niya alam phone. Kasi, sir,
Oh, that was the first time that Clarence called you?
Hindi po. Hindi ko nga alam paano sila nakakakuha ng number ko kasi nung na-assign ako ng CIDG, every time I transfer from one unit kasi, nagpapalit ako ng number kasi marami tumatawag, which is umingi ng tulong.
Pero yung kaklase nyo kasi nagtatawagan naman yan, nagpapasa ng number, di ba? Kaya normal lang yan.
Yes, sir. Nung
na makuha din ni Clarence yung number mo. Di ba may group chat nga kayo, yung mga class sa PNPA, may mga group chat yan, di ba?
Lately po, meron po. I think when the President won po, marami po nakakaalam na number ko that time po. So, very busy number ko. Napapakilala, si ganito, ganyan. Ganun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, medyo lang ako doon kasi namatay si Wesley, may information na pala prior to his death. Tapos doon binato ni Clarence Dugael kay Garma. And we know for the fact that Clarence Dugael has a lot of connections and with regards, especially with regards to drugs, doon po sa Bilibid. But in fact, he was involved in Peter Co case, di ba?
Yes po.
Anyway, tingnan natin, baka mapalaliman natin yung information na yan later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair. So gusto mo sabihin ngayon, Gordon Galma, that you have nothing to do with the death, with the killing of General Barayuga?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Wala.
Wala
So
po.
therefore, yung sinabi ni Lieutenant Colonel Mendoza is actually wrong.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So you are now saying to us here, truthfully, that you have nothing to do with the death of General Barayuga.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Later on.
Mr. Chair, can I?
Go ahead.
Si Arthur Solis po, Ma'am Garma, the time nagtatrabaho po sa PCSO?
Yes, sir. Naka-detail pa po sila, sir.
Di ba PCSO tapos si Arthur Solis tapos si Lieutenant Colonel
Laguna.
Santi Mendoza tapos si Nelson. Yun ang pagkasunod-sunod doon, di ba? Sabi kasi, nakausap niya si Colonel Leonardo. Pero nakikita ko yung diagram kasi baka hindi ko lang alam, hindi lang ako sigurado. Kasi different yun, parang parallel po yun eh. Kaya naitanong ko si Art Narsolis kung by that time nandun po sa PCSO o baka kinamit yung telepono, sinabi ni Santi. So, yun lang po yung aking analysis. Personal analysis ko lang po yun. Kaya nag-ado po ako kay Congressman Benny Abante. So that time, nandun pa po si...
Nandun pa po. Nung namatay po.
Colonel Art Narsolis.
Nung namatay po.
Nung namatay.
Yung day mismo, no July, parang wala akong nalala po.
On that duration, doon nakastay si Art Narsolis sa PCSO.
Naka-detail pa po.
Naka-detail
pero
siya doon.
Parang wala siya nung time na yun po. Nasa Davao sila kasi pandemic eh. Ako lang po ang bumalik ng Manila.
Thank you. Pero Mr. Chairman, di ba in-invite na natin si Colonel Art Narsolis ba?
Yes, SPO4.
SPO4, oo. Kung mahanap po natin General Torre, hanapin po natin si Art Narsolis.
We have continuous efforts regarding that matter, sir.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chair.
Yes, continue.
There was a number of relatives that you have sa PCSO, hindi ba?
Number, like
relatives, mga kamag-anak mo.
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay, how many of them na hinire mo sa PCSO ng mga kamag-anak mo? Will you mention that here, please?
Isa, Secretary, Charity. One po as my secretary, private secretary. And then yung isa po is parang executive assistant 3. Yung isa po is parang mababa lang po yung bakante na I cannot recall the positions, pero puro po mabababa na position po. Ang pinakamataas lang po noon is EA3 na position po ang naibigay ko.
Including your daughter or son?
I don't have a son, Mr. Chair. My daughter as confidential agent for a few months lang po yun. After I took her back from US, kasi kinustudi ko na siya, sabi ko, para may trabaho ka, then I'll hire you.
So bakit mo binigyan ng trabaho sa PCSO yung mga kamag-anak mo?
Mr. Chair, wala naman sigurong hindi mag-hire ng kamag-anak kasi the position po is trust and confidence. Like secretary, private secretary, I need someone I trust. Like siguro driver, I need someone I trust. And there are positions na allowed naman. Pero kung trust and confidence po, meron po, yun lang ang binigay ko. The rest na I need professionals like lawyers, professionals. I hired lawyers and professionals. And there are also positions that I publish. I ask the HR to hire outside at mamili because gusto ko galing sa labas at qualified talaga for the position.
Okay, ganito no. You said that there are 3 levels of payments and rewards sa tinatawag nating Davao model. Tama?
There are levels like
3 levels of payments and rewards.
I cannot.
Kanina nabanggit mo yun eh. There are 4? 4 levels. Oo. There are 4 levels na nabanggit mo, hindi ba?
Yes po. I think.
Okay. I was looking at it and sabi ko nga, ang laking pera ang lumabas dito. The fact that thousands were killed, actually. So I would like to ask our PNP personnel here. Diba? General Torre. Nakita ko yata si General Karamat dito ha. I'd like to ask them if you share the statement of Colonel Garma na meron 4 na level ng payment and rewards to policemen na pumatay ng mga drug pushers, drug lords, drug traffickers. Do you share that statement? General Torre, do you deny or do you share the statement?
Sir, I have no personal knowledge regarding that matter. Because truth to tell, sir, if I may be allowed to speak candidly, that's something that's the kind of system that will eventually be right at the very start. That's not against.
So you're
that's
saying
not
that you
within the
have
law.
no personal knowledge
I
of
don't have
that,
personal knowledge regarding that
and you
matter,
have
sir.
not heard it even.
No, sir.
No, you haven't. Colonel Patay,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
dinanay mo kanina. Are you still denying it now?
Wala po akong knowledge yan, Mr. Chair.
You have no personal knowledge then.
Wala po, Mr.
I'd like
Chair.
to ask, what's Colonel Marcos? Colonel Marcos, do you share the statement that was given to us by Colonel Garma about the payment and rewards, or you also deny that?
Pertaining to the reward system, sir, tama po si Colonel Garma doon. Nag-circulate po yan sa buong PNP organization. Pero ang makakabalidate lang po talaga niyan is yung inner circle po ng gaya si Colonel Garma, yung mga nakakaalam talaga, sir.
May natanggap yung pumatay kay Mayor Espinosa.
Wala naman po akong natanggap doon, sir, kasi may operation.
Hindi ikaw ang sinasabi ko. May natanggap ba yung mga pumatay? Hindi naman ikaw ang pumatay, di ba?
Po, sir, hindi naman po.
Yun pala naman eh. Ang natanong ko, mayroon ba natanggap yung pumatay?
Wala naman po siguro, sir, kasi...
Hindi mo alam.
Opo, yung unang...
Si Major Laraga, may natanggap ba siya?
Wala po yata, sir. Ngayon, sir, yung war on drugs kasi, sir, nung umpisa, wala pong ganyang reward system. Yung talagang operation, true operation on listed drugs personalities. Pero napansin siguro, sir, nung administration na medyo walang masyadong nagpa-participate. So nung nakakulong na po ako, sir, naka-restricted, parang narinig ko, sir, na nag-umpisa na po yung reward system to encourage other officers, other personnel.
Nakatanggap si Major Laraga at yung mga pulis, hindi mo alam.
Hindi po
kasi Luca, nakakapagtaka na papatay nila sa loob ng selda si Mayor Espinosa Nakakapagtaka kahit sino. At tanungin mo, nakakapagtaka, nakakulong na yung tao Papatayin nyo. Ngayon, nalaman natin mayroong payment and rewards. Hindi mo alam, hindi ka nang katanggap dahil hindi naman talaga ikaw ang pumatay, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At hindi mo alam na mayroong payment and reward na binibigay sa mga pumatay. Tama ako, mali?
It's true na naririnig po ng kapulisan yan, sir. Pati ako, sir, naririnig ko po.
Si General Karamat ba nandiyan kanina? Nandiyan kanina Wala na ba ngayon? Wala na, no? Okay? Now, Colonel Garma, have you heard of the killing of Mayor Cesar Perez of Los Baños? Pinatay during the drug war?
Hindi po.
At merong silang pinagbintangan. Ang biktima po ay nakulong na konsehal, si Norbin Tamisin. Have you heard of that?
No, Mr. Chair.
Hindi mo narinig?
Hindi po.
How about the killing of Mayor Halili of Tanawan, Batangas?
Mayor Halili.
Sa drugs din po yun
Yes, Mr. Chair. Narinig ko
narinig
po
mo?
Opo.
Okay. So, therefore, totoo yung sinasabi mo na kapag mayroong napatay ang pulis, may natatanggap.
Totoo po yun.
Baliktarin po natin. Halimbawa kaya, ang binibigyan ng reward, yung hindi nakakapatay. Mas maganda, di ba? Yung bibigyan ng reward, yung imbis na papatayin, hinuhuli, kinukulong, at kinakasuhan. Di ba mas maganda yung ganon?
Yes po, yun na-file sana ng kaso.
Siguro konti lang ang namatay. Tama ba ako, Colonel Marcos? Am I right? Siguro konti lang ang namatay, ang pinatay. Kung walang payment and reward, konti lang ang pinatay.
It's possible, Mr. Chair.
Possible. So anyway, Mr. Chair, nakita po natin to and I'm so glad na gusto ko lang pong basahin ang isang manifestasyon dito na naisulat sapagkat sayang naman kung hindi ko babasahin ito. Alright? Itong Davao model ng payment and reward system ay nakakatakot at talaga namang inaabuso. Kung tutuusin, ang reward system ay maghihikayat sa mga pulis na pumatay upang makuha ang reward nila na pera. Tulad po ng sinabi ng aking kasama dito si Congressman Romy Acop. Tulad po na nabanggit ni Congressman JJ na ito yung love of money. Ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, walang pinagkaiba ang reward system na ito doon sa mga drug pusher na kumukuha ng pera dahil sa droga. Ito naman, kumukuha ng pera dahil nakakapatay. Walang pinagkaiba, mga kaibigan. At sino bang ayaw makakuha ng pera? Kapansin-pansin din na ang laki ng discretion ng mga pulis. Dahil on a mere suspicion, pwede silang pumatay at yung suspect ay hindi man lang binigyan ng pagkakataon mag-explain or ilaban ang kanyang sarili. Kaya nga po, this is a violation of their constitutional right. Paano kung mistaken identity? Tulad ang napatay na 9 na taon. Tulad ang napatay na si Kian na 17 years old. Ito ay mga mistaken identity. Paano kung galit lang sa'yo ang isang pulis at bigla ka na lang sinama sa listahan ng suspect? Paano kung nagkataon parehas kayo ng pangalan? Ang daming mali sa sistema na ito. At ang pinakamalala, walang reward ang apprehension o paghuli ng suspect. Kung gusto mo ng pera, patayin mo ang suspect. Last question, Mr. Chair, to Vice Chair Bernardo. What is now the status of Commissioner Leonardo in NAPOLCOM?
Sir, I was just, I was able to read a letter that his resignation had been accepted, sir. I will be getting the official notice, sir, maybe by Monday, sir.
So you will not anymore charge him administratively?
Last week, sir, I convened the remaining commissioners, and I was asking if we would be reporting to the Office of the President through the SILG that we are supposed to recommend the conduct of administrative investigation. Inasmuch as the PNP and the Internal Affairs and NBI will be conducting a criminal investigation, it is also be more expeditious, considering if an administrative case will be conducted, it would be more quicker, considering the evidence necessary would be substantial evidence, sir. But we were being told that he tendered his resignation, and I was asking my colleague, I was outvoted that they suggested to wait for developments. But personally, I would like to file administrative case.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That ends my interpellation and manifestation. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. And
before we end, Mr. Chairman,
Congressman Fernandez.
Yes, since there are reports, some reports that been received by this Quadcom in relation to Corporal Junjun Ubales had been detained in Quezon City Jail. Yes. Quezon City Jail, and since there are some tricky reports about him being detained on that detention center. May I move that we instead transfer him in the custody of the House of Representatives? I so move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to...
I object, Mr. Chair.
So, before I know the objection of Congressman.
For his detention. I was the one who moved for his detention for lying. Now, if he's going to tell the truth, then I will have no objection.
1 minute suspension.
Hindi, okay. Hindi, paano natin? Sabihin na natin.
Session is resumed. So the parliamentary status is that there was a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez but it was objected prior to the chair stating for the record the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez, and the chair immediately suspended the hearing in order that we can discuss the motion that will be stated by Congressman Fernandez. And since there was an objection, nevertheless, the chair would like to state for the record the motion moved by Congressman Dan Fernandez. There's a motion to transfer the detention of certain Sergeant Uballes from Quezon City Jail, whom we cited in contempt in the last hearing, and be transferred to the detention facility in the House of Representatives. And there was an objection by Congressman Acop. Since there is an objection, we would like to divide the House.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Bante.
Yes, just proper, Mr. Chair, to divide the House. But do have a quorum.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, may I be allowed to have a small statement? Mr. Chairman, I don't want to go into voting anymore, since we respect then also the sentiment of Chairman Acop, since we were not able to tell him the issue beforehand. And after the suspension that you have ruled, I have spoken with Chairman Acop. So most likely, Mr. Chairman, let's give a moment with Chairman Acop, and I move that we suspend another minute for it.
Okay, session is suspended.
Do natin.
Hearing is resumed.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, since we have discussed after the suspension, I move that I withdraw my motion to bring John Ubales here in the House of Representatives for his proper detention. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there's the motion was withdrawn, so there is nothing to vote on. So the next favorite motion is the favorite motion of Congressman Paduano.
May isa pa. Mr. Chairman, just one admin matter to be taken up in regards to the motion for reconsideration that was submitted to us by Colonel Garma on her checkup. So I think we have to consider that request, Mr. Chairman.
So is that a motion?
I move to grant the request of
Okay.
Congress,
there is a
Colonel
motion.
Garma.
There is a motion to grant the request of Colonel Garma to seek a immediate medical attention, and that the House physician will accompany her in the hospital that she wants to visit.
Mr. Chair.
Is there
Mr. Chair.
a second?
Mr. Chair, before, I will not object on the motion.
Okay.
But I just would like to ask Colonel Garma, because one of the reasons why we would like to grant the motion is that she has a constitutional right. So I would like to ask her again if she believes that everyone has a constitutional right. Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I second the motion.
Okay, there's a wala tuloy ako. It was duly seconded. Any objections? No objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, God. Yes, J.J. Suarez.
After a grueling 13 hours of Quadcom hearing, I think I have two more witnesses that I'd like to, if the body will so, but given that everybody's a little bit tired and weary, Mr. Chair.
I object.
Given that everybody's a little bit too tired and weary, and considering that we're supposed to be on break, I move that we suspend the Quadcom hearing, Mr. Chair. So moved.
There is a motion
Mr. Chair,
to suspend
Mr. Chair,
the Quadcom
Mr. Chair,
hearing.
dali lang po, Mr. Chair. We'd like to greet Colonel Garma a happy birthday because it's her birthday on October 16. Am I right? Happy birthday.
So there's a motion to suspend this hearing. And there's no objection. The motion is approved. Thank you to all our resource persons, and we hope that in the next Quadcom hearing, you will still attend.